Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss step-by-step process how you can apply for temporary resident visa after you get your postgraduate work permit or PGWP. In other words, let's say you get your postgraduate work permit and after that you want to travel out of Canada, let's say to India, then you need to have a visa. So in that case, you need to apply a visa so that you have new stamping on your passport so that you can travel outside of Canada. Then you must need to apply for temporary resident visa. If you want to apply for postgraduate work permit, then I have made a detailed video on how to apply for postgraduate work permit once you finish your studies in Canada. To apply for TRV, you need to create a GC key account. If you already have an account, then you can use same account to apply TRV. If you do not have any account, then you can simply create a new GC key account. Before we start, if you are coming to our YouTube channel for the very first time, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel to get most up-to-date news, tips, tricks about Canadian immigration. We try to make people self-dependent. Open your Google browser and search here GC Key Login and click on the very first link. Scroll down and click on Sign In or Create an Account. If you have an existing GC Key account, you can simply use your credentials and sign in. If you don't have a GC Key account, then click on Register for an account. Scroll down and see how to register for an account. There are two ways you can register. The first one is directly with GC Key. The second one is using a sign-in partner, which means that you will need your banking information to create an account on GC Key. For the purpose of this video, we will be using the first option to register an account. So click on Register with GC Key. And then on the right side, click on Sign Up. Accept the terms and conditions. Create your username. So enter your username here and click on Continue. Then enter your password and reconfirm that and click on Continue. Create your recovery questions. We need to set up questions, answers, and hints in case we forget our password. This will help you to reset it. Select a recovery question from drop-down menu and provide an answer to recovery. Similarly, provide questions and answers for all sections provided here. Once you're done, click on Continue. Add your recovery email so that you can reset your username and password and click on Continue. You should receive a verification code on your email. Copy this code, paste it here and click on Continue. Email recovery is complete, so click on Continue. Next, choose a method of two-factor authentication. The Government of Canada requires the use of two-factor authentication to secure your account. So here we need to activate two-step authentication to protect our information. There are three ways you can add two-step authentication. First is using mobile device. Second is using your desktop device. Third is using an email. For the purpose of this video, I will select first method. So I will click on Set up your mobile device. Term and conditions. I accept. So to active two-step authentication, you need to use your smart mobile device. There are several apps which you can find on your App Store or Play Store. For example, Google Authenticator and Microsoft Authenticator. Here you can find steps to install Authentication app on your device. First step is download Authenticator app on your device from your App Store. If you already have Authenticator app installed on your device, then simply follow below steps to add a new account to your Authenticator app. You need to tap on a plus sign to add a new account. Then it will ask you to scan QR code. If you cannot scan a QR code, then you can manually enter secret key. Let's move and click on Continue. So open your Authenticator app to scan this QR code. App will automatically add your account. Then app will give you a 6-digit code which you need to enter here. I want to mention if you cannot scan this QR code using your mobile device, then you can enter secret key manually to your Authenticator app, then account will be added. Once you are done, click on Continue button. Here you can find recovery codes. Make sure you write down these codes somewhere. Scroll down and tick on this box. Yes, I have securely recorded and stored these codes. And click on Continue button. Now it says two-factor authentication setup complete. And click on Continue. We have successfully completed the first part of the GC Key account setup. Now we need to move on to the second part. Next, we need to create our GC Key account by providing information as per your passport. If your last name is blank on your passport and your full name is written under given name, then enter your given name under last name and leave the given name blank. I have seen many Indian passports which have blank. Last name and full name is provided under given name. So in this case, you need to enter your given name under last name and leave given name blank. Provide all this information and click on Continue. Create your security questions. Choose questions that are difficult for others to guess but easy for you to remember. You will need to answer one of your security questions each time you access your account. It's always good to have a screenshot of your security questions and answers in case you forget them. Once you're done, click on Continue. We are successfully logged into the GC Key account. Here you can see if you have submitted any application in the past. So scroll down, Start an application. We will click here, Apply to come to Canada, and here Personal Reference Code, as we don't have any personal reference code. So we will go under Determine your eligibility and click on Visitor Visa, Study Visa or Work Permit. So here we need to provide answers to these questions to determine your eligibility to apply for TRV. Here, so the first one is, what would you like to do in Canada? So we need to select here work, as you already have Postgraduate Work Permit. The second one is, how long are you planning to stay in Canada? So we will select here temporarily more than 6 months. Next is select the code that matches one of your passports. So we need to select here country who issued your password. So I will select here India. Next is what is your current country of residence. If you are presently in Canada, then we need to select here Canada. So as we are inside Canada, so I will select here Canada. Next is, do you have a family member who's Canadian citizen or permanent resident? So here I want to mention that family member could be closest relative, it could be spouse or children. If you have any family member inside Canada, so you need to select here yes, otherwise select here no. Next, what is your date of birth? So you need to select your date of birth as per your passport and enter it here and then select on Next. Are you a lawful permanent resident of United States? So you need to provide answer as per your situations. For most of the candidates, the answer will be no, and click on Next. What is your current immigration status inside Canada? So I will select here worker because you already have post-graduation work permit. Let's move and click on Next. On this page, you will find out some options. I would recommend you to read it once. Answers to these questions will be no for most of cases. First question here is, does one of the following apply to you? I will select no from drop-down menu. Similarly, you can read all below points and read them and then answer them. For the purpose of this video, I will select here no for all points. Once you're done, click on Next. Are you a spouse or common law partner of a person who holds a study permit? If your spouse holds a study permit, then you need to select here yes, otherwise simply click on no and click on Next button. Next question is, have you been told by an Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada office that you are approved in principle for permanent residence in Canada? So I will select here no because I have not applied for permanent residency. Next question is, have you submitted a permanent resident application in Canada? If you have submitted, then select yes, otherwise select no. Next, do you have a written job offer? So here I want to mention that job offer doesn't change anything, even you don't have it. you are still obliged to get TRV. So we will select here no. This written job offer is usually for someone who has LMIA. So for most of the cases, answer to this question will be no, even you have job. Let's move and click on next. Does this situation apply to you? Do you have a valid employer-specific work permit and are being abused, or there is a risk of being abused in relation to your job in Canada? Here I want to mention that an employer-specific work permit is a work permit that has the name of your employer on it. So I will select here no and click on next. What is your marital status? So you need to select answer as per your condition. So I will select here never married, single. Next, what is your province of destination? If you have lived in multiple provinces, select the one in which you will be spending most of the time. So you need to select the province or territory in which you will be residing while in Canada. For the purpose of this video, I will select here Ontario and click on next. So here you can see that based on the information you have provided, you are eligible for temporary resident visa, which we want to apply so that you can travel out of Canada. So click on continue, create your personal checklist. Again, we need to answer some more questions so that we can apply for temporary resident visa. So again, click on continue button. Next, which of the following best describes your situation? So from drop down menu, I need to select I have an open work permit as I have a postgraduate work permit, which is an open work permit, and click on next. Have you had a medical exam performed by IRCC authorized panel within last 12 months? If you have a medical exam which was performed by IRCC authorized panel within last 12 months, then you can select here yes. But in most of the cases, because our medical exam which we did back home is already been expired, so we will select here no, as medical is not required for TRV. Let's move and click next. A medical exam is needed before you submit your application for foreign nationals who you need to provide medical exam if you have lived in one or more designated countries or territories for more than 6 months in the past year. Click on this link to find list of designated countries. You also need to provide medical exam if you intend to work in on the following jobs. So refer to list before you answer to this question. So let's answer below question based on above information. Do you fit into one of these categories? For most of the candidates, answer will be no. Click on next. Do you want to work in one of the following jobs? If you want to work in these categories, then you need to select yes. Otherwise, select no and click on next. Do you want to submit an application for your family member? So here again, I want to mention if you want to submit an application for your family member, for example, your spouse or children, then you need to select yes. Otherwise, select no and click on next. Are you giving someone access to your application? Let's say, for example, someone else is preparing and representing your application. Then you need to select first point. Yes, I will be appointing a representative to apply on my behalf. Otherwise, you can simply click on no as I am submitting my application by myself. Let's move and click on next. In past 10 years, have you given your fingerprints and photos for an application to come to Canada? So as we came to Canada for studies, so we already have provided this information. So we will be selecting here yes and click on next. There are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying? Of course, we need to select here yes, I will be paying my application fees and click on next. Are you able to make a digital copy of documents? Select yes and click on next. Will you be paying your application fee online? Select yes and click on next. So here you can review all your answers to the questions. If you see there is any change you want to make it, So you can simply click on this edit button and you can edit the information. If everything is okay, scroll down all the way and click on continue. So here, submitting your application, there are 4 steps you need to follow. If you want to, you can read all information provided on this page. So we will go all the way down and click on continue. So in this section, we need to provide all the documents which are required to apply travel resident visa. Also, you need to make sure that the documents which you are submitting along the application are correct and you carefully review all of them. So first we need to fill out IMM 5257 and submit or upload here. After that, in next section, you need to upload a digital copy of your Canadian work permit, your passport, and your digital photo. So these are the 4 documents which you are required to upload here. Let's click on link for IMM 5257. So simply you can see that you cannot open using your browser. What you need to do, you need to save this form on your computer and you need to open with your Adobe Acrobat. So here we have our application form IMM 5257, which we need to fill out. I have already filled out this form to make it faster. So the first one is UCI number. So we need to provide your UCI number. This one you can get it from your study permit or work permit. It will be on the right side of your work permit as you can see on the provided picture. The second is I want service in English, so I have selected here English. The third one is I am applying for one of the following. So here I will select the first option, visitor visa. Next is personal details. So in this section you need to provide each detail here as per your passport. So here you need to provide your family name and given name. I have seen that in most of Indian passports, family name is blank and full name is written under given name. If you don't have a family name on your passport, then enter all your given name under family name and leave your given name blank in this application. Have you ever used any other name? No. Then you need to enter your gender here and provide your date of birth, your city or place of birth, and the country which issued your passport. Make sure you provide all these details as per your passport. Then you need to select here your citizenship. So I have selected here India. Next one is your current country of residence, as I am living inside Canada. So I have selected here Canada from status drop-down menu. Status, I have selected here worker as I have got my work permit. Then we need to enter date on which you entered in Canada or date you moved in Canada. Here I have provided the date on which my work permit is going to expire. This date you can find on your work permit. Then move forward. Previous country of residence during the past 5 years. Have you lived in any country other than your country of citizenship or your current country of residence, which is Canada, for more than 6 months? Then select yes. Otherwise, you need to select here no. In other words, if you have lived in any country other than Canada and your country of citizenship, then you need to provide those details here. And move forward, country or territory where applying, same as current country of residence. So I have selected yes. Next, your current marital status. So you need to select as per your situation. I have selected here single. If you are married, then you need to provide date on which you were married or entered into the common law relationship. Then move forward, personal details. Have you previously been married or in common law relationship? No. You can answer as per your situation. Next is language. So you need to select your mother tongue here. And then are you able to communicate in English or French? So I have selected here English. Have you taken a test from a designated testing agency to access your proficiency in English or French? So if you have valid IELTS score, then you can enter yes. But if your score is expired or not valid anymore, then select here no. Then you need to provide your passport number, the country which issued your passport. You need to provide here, and the date of issue and expiry date of your passport. You need to provide all these details here, exactly as per your passport. Then you need to move national identity document. Do you have national identity document? If you have, you can select yes, otherwise no. So in case of India, you can provide your Aadhaar card details, provide issue date here and leave expiry date blank as it does not have any expiry. Next, US permanent resident card. Are you a lawful permanent resident of United States? I have answered no. Next, contact information, current mailing address. So you need to provide your present address inside Canada here. Then you need to provide here residential address. If your residential address is same as your current address, then you can simply click here yes. If not, then you need to provide residential address here. Next one is telephone number. You can provide your telephone number inside Canada. If you want to provide alternative phone number inside Canada, so you can provide here. Then email address. You need to provide your email address here. Next, details of visit to Canada. Purpose of my visit. From drop down, I have selected returning worker. Indicate how long you plan to stay. So here, you need to enter today's date. And here you need to provide expiry date of your work permit, which you can find on your postgraduate work permit. Next, funds available for your stay. Here I have entered $5,000. You can enter an amount you have in your bank account. Number 4. Name, address and relationship of any person or institution I will visit. So you can provide details about any of your friend who is living in Canada. If you want, you can provide details for your 2 friends, but details for one of your friend is mandatory. Next is education. Have you had any post-secondary education, university, college, diploma training? We need to select here yes. Then we need to provide those details here. From which year to which year you studied. Then you need to provide here your field of study. Then you need to provide school or university where you studied. So in short, we need to provide all details about our study inside this education section. Next, then we move to employment section. So we need to provide here employment details of our last 10 years. So we need to provide 10 years work history in chronological order without any gap. Let's say if you were unemployed during last 10 years, then you can simply say that from this period to this period I was unemployed. So here I have provided some examples how you can fill out your employment history. Let's say from December 2023 to present, I am working as a customer representative in Bell. I have left blank as I am still working this place, and then you need to provide city and country. Before working to Bell, I was working as a baker in Tim Horton from this period to this period, so you need to provide history of your previous 10 years. If you were employed for certain time period, then still provide those details. Make sure you do not leave any gaps when you enter your information here. Let's move to background information within past 2 years. Have your family member ever had tuberculosis? No, you need to answer all these questions as per your situation. Next, do you have any physical or mental disorder? No. Let's move to the second point. Have you ever remained beyond the validity of your status inside Canada? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit? No. Have you previously applied to enter to remain in Canada? So the answer will be yes, because we did apply for postgraduate work permit to stay inside Canada. So we need to provide those details inside this box. If you have more details about your application number or any other detail, you can simply write in this paragraph. Let's move to the next. Have you ever committed being arrested or been charged? No. Let's move background information continued. Did you serve in military, militia or civil defense unit? No. Have you been a member of political party? No. Have you been witnessed or participated in ill treatment? No. So you can answer these all questions as per your situation. Let's move to the last section, signature. Do you consent to be contacted by IRCC? Yes, and then you need to provide your signature and the date you are filling out this application. Once we are done, we need to click on validate. So you can see here, validation completed successfully. So click on OK. You can see that these barcodes has been generated. It means that this application form has been validated and everything looks good. Let's go back to the online portal. So we need to upload our form IMM 5257. So click here to upload the document. Then let's move to supporting documents. So here we need to upload your Canadian Postgraduate Work Permit. Next is you need to upload a legible copy of your valid passport. Make sure you upload first and last page of your passport along with any pages with stamps, visas, etc. Lastly, you need to upload here digital photo of yourself for the specs of the photo. You can follow these instructions. Simply you can take a print of this document and you can go to the photographer so that he can prepare photo as per the requirement and you can upload to the portal. Then let's move to optional documents. So here we don't require to fill this form as it is optional. The next is client information. If you have any additional information which is important for your application, you can upload under client information. So once you upload all the documents, so scroll down and click on next, your declaration and electronic signature, scroll down. So here you can see that the total of $100 you are required to pay, scroll down, so click here. I agree, then you need to provide your given name and last name and then you need to provide answers to one of your security questions as per your GC key account and click on sign in. So again scroll down all the way and then click on transmit and pay. So again click on transmit and pay. So here you need to provide your credit card details once you're done. So we have submitted successfully application for TRV. This is all about travel resident visa. If you have any question, you can leave comment in comment box. I will try my best to reply. I hope you guys find my videos useful. I always try to bring videos which could help you and help you learn and be independent. If you like our video, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.